Raise your hand if your parents have kept you out of school since the outbreak. Half of these 8th graders from Kamiakin Middle School in Kirkland haven't been back since last weekend when they learned about the coronavirus outbreak in their city.
A lot of people are scared.
Michael Finlayson started this online petition, saying the Lake Washington School District should close schools until we know more about the virus. It's collected 20,000 signatures and counting.
I said, we are literally a half a mile away from ground zero for this virus.
I also have an infant sibling, and so we just thought it was really dangerous.
There's so many people going home to multi-generation households that, if they bring it home to a grandparent, that can be fatal to them.
In staying open, the Lake Washington School District decided recommendations from Public Health, which says schools should not close unless they have a confirmed case of the virus in a student or staff member. The neighboring North Shore School District, one of the biggest in the state, is now being accused by some of closing too many schools. A parent volunteer at Woodmere Elementary in Bothell tested positive. It not only shut down that school, but noting a 20% district-wide absentee rate and others being tested, shut down the entire district for up to 14 days.
Let's sort some shapes.
The district's students now doing their learning online. Some parents bashing the decision on Facebook. One writing, "This is completely unnecessary." Another, "Complete overreaction. Families will suffer, and not from COVID-19. The district superintendent defending the decision today.
We really want to be thoughtful about having a safe and healthy staff, or we can't have safe and healthy classrooms. So at that point, I knew we simply couldn't safely operate schools.
So should schools be closing? We took that question to the state's top educator, who says fear can be the tipping point.
I think there is a lot of anxiety in the community for sure. And that's a very real factor because they become the same thing when enough students aren't showing up to school or enough staff doesn't show up to school.
Ultimately, he says it's up to the superintendents of individual districts to decide whether or not to close their schools. And as the virus spreads, so will opinions on what those districts should do. A raise of hands if you think they should shut down school. So Superintendent Rakedahl told me today the governor may sign an emergency order in the coming days that would reduce the required hours or days kids need to be in school. He says this right here, June 19th, that's really the cutoff date. If school cancellations push school past that date, they'll likely sign that emergency order. Aliana?